What's up, guys? Back again with another World of Tanks video, and today I'm gonna be doing a review and showing some gameplay on the Tier 8 German premium heavy tank, the Lowe or the Lowe, whatever you guys want to call it. Pretty sure I ain't even saying it right, but either way, talking about that tank. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. First, I'm gonna start off with the armor of the tank, which is what I usually always start with on my review videos. So go ahead and get started here. So as you can see, the whole armor, 150 in the front, 100 on the side, 80 on the rear. Turret armor, you got 120 in the front, 80 on the side, and 80 on the rear, and then 40 on the track armor. Let's go ahead and go on to the 3D model. Alright, so here it is. So this is the Lowe right here. I would say, and it's I would say this is like an optimal angle to be in right here. And as you can see, this is the armor that we got going on here. So we got 150 millimeters on the upper plate. Before, this tank would have I think 120 millimeters of armor. A lot of people said it sucked, so they kind of buffed this tank a while back. Got a little bit better. So you can see the upper plate a little bit way more, actually a lot more effective than having 120 millimeters, that's for sure. As you can see, it's about, I'm gonna go ahead and say like 230 guys effective armor right here in the upper plate. And then you got this little strip here right below the upper plate, and it's pretty much between the upper and the lower plate, as you guys can see right here. So you got this one right here, this little strip here in the middle between both plates, and this is a 225 millimeters of armor. And as you can see, it's pretty fucking effective. I mean, it's about, I'm gonna say like 245 guys. Let's just go ahead and put it right in the middle. So it's about 245 millimeters effective if you're at this angle. Now everything changes when you're flat. If you're flat, as you can see, the armor, the upper plate is about 215-ish, and that same spot is 225. And your lower plate, which has 120 millimeters of armor, a lot weaker. As you can see, the lower plate is very fucking weak. It only has, I'm just gonna go ahead and say, like about 144. I mean, look at that. It's almost exactly 144 millimeters armor. So 144 millimeters armor ain't shit. I would not suggest shooting this way lower strip area on the lower plate. As you can see right there, it's gonna be a bounce because of that crazy ass angle. But if you do angle the tank effectively, right here, as you can see, the result there, it says ricochet. You don't want to over angle, so like, you know, something like that. The lower plate, according to this, it gets to about almost up to 160, but the between range would be like 158. So you know what, it feels like it's a lot stronger than that sometimes. It just kind of depends on your angle. But yeah, according to this collision model, the lower plate is essentially like 160 millimeters of armor. And sometimes it does make sense, because every single time people shoot the lower plate, most of the time it goes through, guys. So that is something to know. The lower plate is extremely weak in this tank. I think maybe they should buff it a little bit, but I mean, fuck it, you know. Now for the turret armor. Obviously, if you guys looked in the beginning of the stats, it says it's a I think it was 150, right? We go back, yeah, 150. Wait, no, sorry about that, guys. 120 millimeters armor. And as you can see, that's kind of like this outer area, but if you go on the inner area right here, it's 180. Then it just keeps changing, as you guys can see this. So I mean, pretty much, guys, the manlet area and pretty much just the overall, the turret on the Lowe is very fucking solid. It's a pretty good fucking turret. I mean, just look at this effectiveness. So if you guys are gonna try to pen it, you gotta shoot the cupola, which isn't that big of a target, but it's still hittable. The cupola, it's about 80. It could kind of troll you sometimes, but I mean, if you shoot it dead on, it could be like 84 millimeters of armor according to this. But I mean, look at this. If you shoot at this area right here, it's gonna be a ricochet, because look at the effective armor. It's 300 something. So yeah, the turret on the Lowe is pretty fucking good. That's why this tank is actually really good hold down, because also it has excellent depression. If you guys could check out these stats right here. Let me see. Do they have those stats here? Oh, right here, like a gun depression 10 degrees. So yeah, the gun depression on this tank is really good. But you know what, guys, I think that's gonna be all about the armor. for this part of the video. Obviously the sides ain't that good. It's only 100 millimeters, but you know, it's decent. You could side scrape really well with this tank. Just make sure obviously you're side scraping correctly, and you're gonna bounce a lot of shots. You know, just don't over angle. That's the main type of thing here with this tank, because you don't want to give up those sides. But anyways guys, I think that's pretty much it for the armor. The turret is pretty solid. The upper plate is actually not bad if angled correctly, and the lower plate is shit. So you know, if I would give the tank an armor rating, I would give it like an 8 out of 10. But that's gonna be it for this part of the review, guys. Stay tuned as I go to my garage now and show you my tank and go over the rest of the tank. Alright, I'll see you guys there. Alright guys, I'm here in the garage so you guys can check it out. And yeah, here's the tier 8 German premium heavy tank, the Lowe or the Lowe. Let's go ahead and get started on talking about the rest of the statistics on the tank. So as for firepower, let's go ahead and check out this gun. It's actually a really good gun. 105 millimeter gun. Rate of fire isn't, you know, that good, but it makes up for it by having really good pen and really good accuracy. Look at this, guys. I mean, look, check out this pen here, guys. For the average pen here, you got 234 millimeters of penetration. That's, I think that might be almost, if not the best tier 8 heavy tank guns. I think it's got to be up there, guys. I think this gun probably has the most pen out of any tier 8 heavy tanks, because 234 millimeters of pen is a shit ton right there. So yeah, excellent penetration for the tier. Obviously this tank does see tier 10, so it's gonna need that 234 millimeters of pen right there. And if that doesn't cut it, 294 millimeters, guys, with APCR shells, which gives this tank you know, just optimal penetration. So really good there. As for the damage, 320, not too crazy, so it doesn't have a huge alpha, but you know, still decent damage there. The accuracy is what really, you know, sticks out from the gun besides the penetration. It has excellent accuracy, guys. 0.33, that's pretty fucking good, you know. So this thing's pretty accurate. You know, a lot of people don't play this tank as a sniper, but this is pretty much like a sniper type of gun. You know, like a tank destroyer gun. But the aim time on this is 2.9 seconds, so not too good, but not as horrible as a Russian tank. So it's all right. You know, the aiming time's not too bad. So as you can see with this loadout that I have right here, I got Brothers in Arms, I got vents, I got this stabilizer, whatever. The aim time turns to about 2.62, and if I would get the enhanced gun lane drive, it would drop a lot more. So not bad. And as you can see, my accuracy is actually 0.3 with this current loadout. So that's, like I said, obviously just excellent sniper accuracy type of gun. So that's pretty much it there for the gun. We already went over the armor, but this tank does have 1,650 hit points, so that's a lot of HP. So obviously this thing could take a lot of damage, which is a good thing, because you're gonna need it, guys, because like I said, the lower plate isn't that good on this tank. So you just really gotta learn how to play the tank, and just make sure you cover the lower plate and just make sure you're at a good angle. As far as the mobility, this is obviously a heavy tank. It's not gonna be quick. It's not super slow, but if you're not used to playing heavy tanks, it's gonna feel very slow. Like if you play medium tanks and you jump onto this thing, you're gonna be like, oh man, this shit's slow as fuck. But for me, I'm a heavy tank player. I mainly play heavy tanks, and to me, the speed doesn't make too much of a difference. So I would say the speed is obviously not that good. You know, it's slow, but if you play heavy tanks, it's not really a big deal. The traverse speed, as you can see here, with my loadout, it's 26. That's actually kind of decent. So you know, it's not going to turn that slow, which is a good thing. Top speed, you got 35. So yeah, overall, you know, I don't think a lot of people care too much about the speed. This is not meant to be a fast heavy tank. It's gonna be slow, guys. That's pretty much all I really got to say. But it's extremely slow. Anyways, concealment, no one cares too much about that. And as for the spotting, this thing has excellent view range. Let's go ahead and look at the turret here. As you can see, 23 degrees of traverse speed, and as you can see, the view range is at 400. But with my loadout, I have 432, which is excellent view range. The signal range, no one really cares too much about that. So now as far as my loadout here, so I'm using my VK 100.01P crew. And as you can see, this is what I got right here. So yeah, Brothers in Arms, or if you have the female crew like this tank does, Sisterhood of Steel, essentially the same shit. Obviously that increases your tank, makes your tank overall a whole lot better, so that's why I have it on the tank. Have Sixth Sense, obviously if I get spotted, and so I could be notified of that. And Mentor, because I like, you know, leveling up the rest of the crew a lot quicker, so that's the reason I have Mentor on there. As far as my gunner skills, I have Deadeye on there to do a little bit more damage to tanks. If you don't like Deadeye, you can maybe switch that with, let's see. If you want to play more sniper heavy, Designated Target would work. Or if you want to just obviously have better accuracy and whatnot, Snapshot is also an excellent skill there that I would use to replace Deadeye if I didn't want Deadeye on there. Repairers obviously need that. It's a heavy tank. You got to repair those tracks because you're going to get tracked. And on the driver, I got Preventative Maintenance, because obviously German tank guys, they catch on fire a lot, especially to shoot that lower plate. So I kind of just have that obviously for, you know, preventative fucking maintenance. You know, I ain't trying to catch my tank on fire, so that's the reason I have that on there. And then I got repairs on there also. If you don't care about if you don't care about being caught on fire, maybe consider clutch braking. Or smooth ride if you like shooting while moving, or if you just want your tank to feel maybe a little bit quicker, get off-road driving just so it'll just drive a little more smoother. So that's what I would recommend for you guys. Obviously I got repairs on there also. Like I said, heavy tank, you gotta get that repair skill on there. Situational awareness, I like that, increases my view range, so that's the reason I have that on there. And then I got repairs. Radio operator skills, guys, are pretty trash anyway. Loader, I have safe stowage on this. So you guys can see right here, which obviously it just increases the ammo rack durability. Obviously, if you get shot on the side, a lot of the time German tanks also get ammo racked a lot easier. So I have this again just to prevent that. But again, you know, the loader and the radio operator have shitty skills, so you know, yeah, you know, there's not that much shit to choose from anyway. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it there for my crew loadout. For equipment, you're gonna have to get gun rammer. That's pretty much a necessity, and especially if you want to do damage. So I would recommend that. As you can see, my reload time is just under 10 seconds, 9.91, which is pretty decent. I have ventilation on here, like I said, just to give my tank overall a better boost. And the third equipment slot, you could put whatever you guys would like to put. Some people would go with a super heavy spall liner because this is a big tank and that's going to help, you know, protect the crew. And now with the new RD system, it'll reduce your stun duration, and overall it just makes your tank a little bit more beefier, and your crew, you know, will be a lot more safer. So, you know, super heavy spall liner isn't a horrible option. Also, toolbox, you want to repair your tracks quicker. And another good equipment piece is the enhanced gun lane drive. So I would recommend the enhanced gun lane drive, the super heavy spall liner, or the vertical stabilizer, or the toolbox for heavy tanks. I just went with the stabilizers just because, you know, I kept hearing a lot of good stuff about it, that it helps with the aim time and stuff. So fuck it, I went with it, and works good for me, so fuck it. So yeah, guys, that's gonna be it as far as the tank stats and whatnot. As far as how the tank plays, it's a heavy tank. You want to side scrape, you want to angle. This tank, you know, it doesn't have a huge amount of armor to really be a solid brawler, so this is more of a mid-range type of tank. But if you're top tier, you know, don't be afraid of the enemies, because tier 6 tanks are gonna struggle to pen you still, especially if you angle good. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys my gameplay video where I had a huge game and I did really well. And I'm just gonna talk about how, you know, how I played the tank, how to play the tank better while, you know, watching my replay. So yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for the garage review. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the gameplay now, and I'm obviously gonna commentate over it so you guys could, you know, hear what I was thinking when I was playing and whatnot. All right, guys, so that's gonna be it for the garage review. Stay tuned now for some gameplay. All right, guys, so here we are. As you can see, I was kind of laggy here in the, you know, as soon as the game started, you know, as you can see, that's why I'm laggy. So obviously this Hellcat on our team, I wouldn't say he's talking shit, but you know, he's like, oh, you know, kind of complaining already, saying that I'm AFK, and I'm telling him like, nah, like, you know, I'm just fucking lagging. Yeah, I don't know why my statistics ain't showing up here, but anyways, guys, obviously here's my replay, the gameplay. So here's how I get started. So I get a good shot there into the VK. I get shot by Artie because obviously Artie's gonna come after me, guys. Another thing to mention about the tank, this tank is kind of like an Artie magnet. It's a big tank and it is slow, not super slow, but it is slow. And like I said, it's a heavy tank, so people are obviously, the Artie are obviously trying to go for you. So you can see the Artie try to hit me there again. So yeah, I'm showing you guys my fixed view here. So the reason I didn't go to town, guys, usually I would go to town, but as you can see, I'm top tier in here, and I feel actually very comfortable just going through this area over here. So I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to push this way, try something new, and let's see how it works out, you know? So, as you can see, this guy got spotted, and I didn't think I could shoot him through there, but I think I actually could have got a shot in, but, you know, I didn't see the red outline, so I didn't really take the shot there. So yeah, I bounced a shot from that guy, and there, now I get a shot on this guy, T-34-100. So as you can see, I'm keeping my tank straight because they're going to try to go for my sides. That's why I'm not angling right now. There you go, so you guys can see. So there I get a good shot into the Tiger. Now I start, look at that. You see that, guys? I start angling, but he still pens me. I don't know where he pens me, but he still penned me right there. Let me go ahead and go back to that real quick, guys. Now my computer is kind of fucking slow, guys, so, you know, bear with me here. Alright, so let me see. Okay, he shoots me like right between, pretty much hit me like right in the track spot area. So anyways, I'm bouncing some shells here though, guys, you guys can see. And you see how I was angling there? And as you can see, I'm still in an angled position. Just look at right there at the bottom lower corner of the screen. Look at how you see how I'm angled there, guys. I'm at a pretty good angle, almost 45-degree angle. This is how it looks like. Look at that. Look how they're bouncing off me. Look at that. That's what I'm telling you guys about, that the armor is pretty good if angled. And again, that guy bounces. The only thing damaging me right now, guys, is pretty much the fucking Artie. Scumbag fucking Arties. You guys know how it is. I play Arties too, so you know I'm a scumbag too sometimes. But anyways. So that guy, he messes up my gun, but I'm just going to repair it. But I still get a good shot to him. So as you can see, I'm blocking damage. I'm doing damage. First of all, I'm having a decent game here. Now I'm calling for help because I don't see anybody near me on the mini-map. So I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, you know, I'm going to get flanked. And what I hate about playing heavy tanks is if you get fucking flanked, you're pretty much fucking done, guys. These guys come on your fucking side or your ass, and they beat the fuck out of you pretty much. So as you can see, I mean, I'm still bouncing shots really well, guys. Like I'm telling you guys, the armor isn't that bad. The lower plate looks really bad on paper, and I mean it is actually not that good, but when you're top tier and if you angle good, and as you can see, a lot of people are shooting my upper plate, and yeah, I mean they're having difficulties penning me. So you know, as long as they don't shoot your lower plate, you should be all right, because your turret is really solid and your whole armor isn't that bad. So here's what I was thinking here. I'm gonna fix camera view. So I'm just like, okay, so I'm just kind of keeping it cool here, back and forth. As you can see, I get pinned there. I give up too much on my side, and I get a good shot back onto that T28. So you can see he pins me right there on the side. That's my fault for giving up too much on my side there. So I was overexposing myself there because, well, I was trying to move forward a little bit, but yeah, that guy was able to get me there. So as you can see, they're capping the base. The game is pretty much almost tied up. So, I mean, I'm just trying to get some shots in here. I just end up pushing forward. I'm like, fuck it, I'm going balls out. And as you can see, boom. Get a good shot into that T28. Just peek out a little bit. And now I got this guy on my ass. And he bounces off me too. Now, let's go ahead and look back at that. Once again, sorry guys about that lag. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, maybe later on, guys, I might upgrade my computer or some shit. But for now, this is gonna have to be it. Alright, so there it is. As you can see, he kind of like bounced off right there off my manlet, it looked like. So yeah, he shot a heat shell, but it just didn't go through. That's obviously a tier 6 tank. I think that's a tier 6 tank destroyer, actually. Yeah, and yeah, he wasn't able to go through there. So I'm just gonna go over here and get that kill. So as you can see, he was looking the other way, so it was an easy kill. Didn't risk damaging myself, and was able to get that damage. So as you can see, now they're fucking capping on us, and technically we have more players, but you know, getting kind of fucked over here a little bit. All right, so here's a fixed camera view. Get a quick snapshot on the Hummel. Ended up just tracking him, and as you can see, he's just kind of still moving because he had a repair kit. So as you can see, they're about to cap on us, and I'm like, ah, oh, fuck, like, you know, they're gonna fucking take away my win, because as you can see, I'm having a pretty good game here. You guys can check my kills. I got 5 kills here, so I'm like thinking in my mind like, oh man, these guys are gonna fuck me over, but nope. As you can see, I just closed the distance, and now everything's good now. Now, as you can see, I'm at mid distance, and I can see that these guys aren't really threatening me here. I'm just like, all right, I'm good. And this is a quick snapshot, and I was able to bounce there, so that was my mistake. Try to do too much of a quick snapshot, and Artie is still trying to hit me, I guess. Like, what the fuck's going on here? Like, you know what I'm saying? Bitch has already been on me the whole day. All right, so there's the Hummel, and now I'm gonna kill his bitch ass, because he got, you know, as you can see, I even took my time there, because I'm like, fuck this guy. Like, I'm gonna make sure I don't miss. All right, so as you can see, now it's pretty much almost pretty much a game over here. Pretty much we're gonna get the win. As you can see, I'm still angling, and there's the SU, and watch me angle. Boom! Do you guys see that? He just straight bounced off the upper plate. So that guy did not have HE shells, which I thought he did. Most people that play that tank destroyer have HE shells, but that guy didn't, and he bounced, and I ended up doing 2 shots on his ass, doing good damage to him. And now I see the VK coming forward, or backwards, but the T25 AT finishes him off there, as you guys could see. So, you know, I was aware of the map. I was making sure I wasn't going to get fucking flanked, because that's what I really hate when I'm playing heavy tanks, when I get fucking flanked. So now it's just me just going for the kill here, guys. You guys know what I'm saying? Just trying to get that damage, and here it is. Boom! And that's pretty much it, guys, for this gameplay. So you guys could see how I played the tank there. I wasn't overly aggressive, but I was aggressive. Reason was because I'm top tier, and I felt comfortable there with this matchup. So I was just like, you know, these guys are gonna have problems trying to pen me, especially if I'm against the tier 6 and 7s. If I angle good, they're gonna bounce, and I'm gonna do a lot of damage to them because I have an excellent gun. And if you guys didn't notice, I was able to land all my shots. Oh, my hit percentage was 19 out of 19 from what I remember on the post replay stats. So yeah, I mean, I did a lot of damage, and my accuracy was 100%. So yeah, that's gonna be it, guys. As far as the replay, obviously the gameplay. But I mean, as you guys could see, this is a pretty solid tank all around. It's not superly heavily armored, but it has an excellent gun, excellent turret, a good upper plate. Excellent gun depression, and with having that really good turret means this tank is really good hold down. I was not able to showcase it for you guys in this video, but it has an excellent turret, and even tier 10 guys, tier 10 tanks will be able to bounce off that turret, guys. So this tank just has a really good turret. What else can I say about the tank? Like I said, it has that really good gun, really sniper accurate type of gun, does good damage. DPM isn't that high, but it's okay. Either way, you can do damage with this tank. The weaknesses of this tank would be its speed, its lower plate, and I think that's gonna be it. Its main weaknesses would be, yeah, that lower plate, and yeah, pretty much that's gonna be it. You know, the lower plate is the main weakness, and what I was saying earlier, you know, the speed, the mobility. But other than that, it's a solid tank, guys. If you guys like heavy tanks, consider buying this tank, maybe when it's on sale though. It's a solid tank, and if you play tier 8 German heavies, or I mean German heavy tanks in general, obviously you could train your crews with this tank. Sorry about that, guys, my thing cut off. But yeah, guys, overall it's a pretty solid tank. As you can see, I had a really good game here. Now this doesn't happen that often. It's pretty rare actually that I get a solid ass game like this. Everything just ended up working out. But I mean, as you can see, if you play well, as you can see with this matchup, you know, angling and whatnot, you're gonna bounce shells, you're gonna do damage back, and you should be all right. So yeah, guys, overall this thing is a good tank. It could do damage at tier 10 because it has an excellent gun. The armor is not going to be too good at tier 10 besides that turret, so just take note of that. But yeah, guys, that's going to be it for this review. Overall, it's an excellent, solid tank, and would recommend it. Alright, that's going to be it, guys. Thanks for watching this tank review plus gameplay. And subscribe for more video, guys. And yeah, thanks for watching. Catch you guys on the next video.